Good evening, students. This is Sivarama Krishna. Today I am going to discuss with an important genetic material. You all know that the genetic material, universal genetic material. The DNA is the universal genetic material except in some plant and animal viruses. So DNA is the universal genetic material. That means it acts as the genetic material in all kind of organisms except some plant and animal viruses. Here, what is the genetic material? Genetic material is nothing but a chemical compound present in the living organism. That means it is a biomolecule. It can carry the characters from generation to generation. So the structure of DNA here, we are going to discuss with that genetic material, the universal genetic material, that is the DNA. Here, the structure of DNA was proposed by J.D. Watson and F.H.C. Crick in 1953, for which they were awarded a Nobel Prize in 1962. According to them, the DNA shows a double helical structure. So, double helical structure means like this, double helical structure. According to the Watson and Crick, the DNA shows double helical structure. Right, in which two polynucleotide strands which spirally coil like a twisted ladder. We can see the structure of the DNA in this diagram. So here one side a ladder like structure we are able to see. So on another side a twisted ladder like structure is appearing. So that is the that was the structure that was proposed by the J.D. Watson and Crick. Right, here one more diagram of the DNA, how it look like. Here the two polynucleotide strands which are spirally coiled one around the other and forms a twisted ladder like structure or a staircase. Here we are clearly seeing that DNA molecule, so double helical structure of the DNA molecule. Right, here when we are discussing the structure of DNA, here the DNA structure can be divided or studied in two headings, that is the chemical structure of the DNA and physical structure of the DNA. So here according to Watson and Crick, the DNA exhibit a double helical structure. The DNA is composed of two complementary polynucleotide strands which are spirally coiled one around the other like a twisted ladder. Here the two strands which are anti-parallel to each other. Anti-parallel to each other means here 5 to 3 prime direction. So like that here 5 prime to 3 prime direction like this. So here this is the anti-parallel direction. So here that DNA can show. Whereas here the DNA is made up of many nucleotides, means it is a polymer of nucleotides, heteropolymer. You know that polymer means macro biomolecule. We already studied in the biomolecules, different types of biomolecules, proteins, amino acids, lipids, like that. So here it is a macro biomolecule and come under the category heteropolymer. Heteropolymer means the polymer which is made up of different kinds of monomers. So DNA is definitely heteropolymer. Here DNA is chemically made up of nucleotide. The DNA is made up of nucleotides. So DNA is the polymer of nucleotide. So here what are the components of the nucleotide? Here we are able to clearly see different components of the nucleotide. So one is the heterocyclic compound and another one is the monosaccharide and another one is the phosphoric acid. Here heterocyclic compound is also known as nitrogen base. Monosaccharide is also known as pentose sugar. Phosphoric acid is also known as phosphate. Here heterocyclic compound, that means nitrogen bases which are mainly made up of carbon and nitrogen. So that is why sometimes we are calling them as nitrogen bases, so which are nitrogen containing compounds. right? Here, based on the number of rings which are having the nitrogen bases, which are categorized into two types, purines and pyrimidines. Here, purines having carbon and nitrogen, only two carbon nitrogen rings, whereas the pyrimidines which are having the only one carbon nitrogen ring, right? Understood? Here purines are again divided into two types, so based on their chemical structures, which are adenine, A symbolically represented with adenine, so A symbolically represented, guanine symbolically represented with the C, so which are come under the category purines, whereas the third type of nitrogen base, that is the thiamine, so it is symbolically represented with the T, capital T, whereas the another nitrogen base is cytosine, so it is symbolically represented with the C, which are pyrimidines. So these four are the nitrogen bases which are present in the DNA, Another pyrimidine is also present in the nucleic acids, that is known as the uracil. So it is symbolically represented with the U. It is present in the RNA. Here it is also come under the category pyrimidine. So pyrimidines are 3, whereas the purines are 2. Right? What is the ratio between purines and pyrimidines in nucleic acid, like that? If at all asked that, then we can say that 2:3 like that in objective questions. Right? So these are the 3 different components of nucleotides. Nucleotide is the basic unit of nucleic acid, nothing but the DNA. So coming to the monosaccharide, it is pentose sugar. Pentose sugar means, you know that, so the sugar molecule which is consists of 5 carbon atoms. Then next, coming to the phosphoric acid, the phosphoric acid biologically known as the phosphate. So the next, coming to see here the structure of the nucleotide. So here the nucleotide is consists of 3 main components. We are able to see the first one, which is seen in the yellow color in the round shape, that is the phosphate group, whereas the sugar molecule, it is represented with a blue color, whereas the nitrogen base, that is one of the nitrogen base, that is the adenine. So here it is a double cyclic compound, nitrogen base. So here all these 3 components together called a nucleotide. So instead of phosphate group, the remaining 2 components, that means the sugar and the nitrogenous base, together called the nucleoside. You have to remember, students. The next, here another diagram of the DNA we can see here. The DNA, which is a double stranded, it has 2 strands. So it is look like a ladder. It is look like a twisted ladder. So here there are 4 different kinds of nitrogen bases we are able to see in that structure. So here the nitrogen bases which always maintain the complementarity. That means complementarity means here adenine always pairs with the thymine, cytosine always pairs with the guanine. So that is known as the complementarity here. So adenine always pairs with the thymine, and it have two double bond, so hydrogen bonds, whereas guanine always pairs with the cytosine. So this is the complementarity. Guanine pairs with the cytosine, whereas the cytosine pairs with the guanine, whatever it may be, so present on either strands. So like that, adenine pairs with the thymine pairs with the adenine. So here it is the complementarity, never pairs adenine with the cytosine or guanine with the thymine. So that is known as the complementarity of nitrogen based pairing in the DNA, so which was proposed by the Watson and Crick. Here we are able to see the chemical structure of the diagram. Here yellow colored dots which are representing the phosphate groups, whereas the orange colored structures which are representing with the sugar molecules, whereas the blue color, red color and green color molecules which are representing with the nitrogen bases, different nitrogen bases. Right, here we can see the entire structure, the detailed structure, the chemical structure of a DNA. Here we are able to see that here different nitrogen bases, that means adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, which are pairing with each other. Here the phosphate group and sugar molecule which maintain the or which act as the backbone of the DNA molecule. See here, this is one of the strand and this is another strand. Here 5' to 3' direction, whereas here 5' to 3' direction, like this. So anti-parallel, this anti-parallel direction is due to the inversion of the sugar molecules in the different strands. So in one strand the sugar molecule is facing towards this side, whereas another molecule of sugar molecule facing towards this side. So that is why here the two strands which are anti-parallel. The two strands why which are anti-parallel means here the anti-parallel is due to the presence of inverting position of the sugar molecules, right. So you can observe in that diagram here adenine always pairs with the thymine, adenine represented with the green color, whereas the thymine is represented with the purple color. You are able to observe that there is a double bond in between the two nitrogen bases. So coming to at the end of the DNA molecule, there is guanine and cytosine. Guanine is represented with the purple color or blue color, whereas the cytosine is represented with the pink color. So you are able to observe that there is a triple bond between the guanine and the cytosine. So this is the chemical structure of the DNA. Here it look like a ladder. But however it look like a twisted ladder. So that means here it forms the double helical structure which was proposed by the Watson and Crick. So understood students, here the chemical structure, detailed chemical structure of the DNA, right. Here the stability of the DNA double helical is maintained by the three kinds of bonds. Once you have to see, we are able to observe three kinds of bonds in that DNA molecule chemical structure. So what are the three kinds of molecules? One is phosphodiester bond. So the phosphodiester bond, where it exists, the phosphodiester bond exists between the adjacent sugar molecule. So here the phosphodiester bonds and the sugar molecules which forms the backbone of the DNA, right. So the next coming to the hydrogen bonds, where that hydrogen bonds are present. Hydrogen bonds are present between the nitrogen bases of opposite strands, where we are clearly able to see in that chemical structure of diagram adenine and thymine which are bonded with the two hydrogen bonds. So the hydrogen bonds which are present between the nitrogen bases of opposite strands. Where are the glycosidic bonds? Where that glycosidic bonds are present? The glycosidic bonds which are present in between the sugar molecule and the nitrogen base. The sugar molecule and nitrogen base. Right, students, you have to observe that diagram, molecular structure of the diagram. So 5' and so there is a phosphate group. Below that orange color there is a sugar molecule. So attached with the green colored nitrogen base, that is double cyclic structure adenine, which is represented with the green color. So that is nothing but a nucleotide. So here it is paired with another nucleotide present in the another strand. So the nitrogen base in another strand is thymine, which is represented with the pink color. So here it is joined with the sugar molecule. The sugar molecule joined with the phosphate group. So that is another nucleotide. So which are the two different nucleotides of opposite strands. So here Phosphodiester bonds present between the adjacent sugar molecules, glycosidic bond present between the sugar molecule and nitrogen base, whereas the hydrogen bonds are present between the nitrogen bases of two different strands. Here these three kinds of bonds which are useful for the maintenance or the stability, maintain the stability of the DNA double helical structure. So students, if at all the hydrogen bonds which are break up, what will be happen? Hydrogen bonds which are break up like this, what will be happen? The two strands will be separated from each other. Remember this, remember student? Right. So that is the chemical structure of the DNA and the different bonds which are present in that DNA. Then next coming to the physical structure of the DNA. In the DNA, the two strands are coiled to form a twisted ladder-like structure. The coiling occurs at an angle of 360 degrees. The coiling of strands leads to the formation of helices or turns or pitches. How those are look like? See here, observe here the diagram. So we are going to observe the physical structure of the DNA. So when the DNA is the two strands which are twisted like a ladder, so which forms helices or pitches which are also known as turns. Here it is one helix, it is another helix, it is another helix, and it is another helix. So 5' to 3' direction, right? Here 3' to 5' direction. So each helix accommodates 10 base pairs. If we are observing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if in this strand adenine is there, here thymine. If thymine is there, adenine, guanine, cytosine, cytosine, guanine, cytosine, guanine, adenine, thymine, thymine, adenine, adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, cytosine, guanine. Right. So here it is nothing but a helix or turn. It accommodates 10 base pairs. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in this strand 10 nucleotides or nitrogen base pairs, nitrogen bases. In this strand 10 nitrogen bases or nucleotides. So totally how many 10 nucleotide or nitrogen base pairs. So totally how many nitrogen bases which are present in a helix? 20 nitrogen bases. 20 nitrogen bases or 20 nucleotides which are accommodated by helix, right? So here the angle between it is made by the helix is 360 degrees. 360 degrees. That means the angle between the two successive nucleotide pairs is 36 degrees. Adjacent or successive nucleotides is 36 degrees, whereas the length of each pitch or each turn is here 3.4 angstrom degrees, 3.4 angstrom degrees, or also 3.4 angstrom degrees. Yes, sorry, 34 angstrom degrees. 34 angstrom degrees or 3.4 nanometers. The length of pitch or turn 34 angstrom degrees or 3.4 nanometers. So here what is the length between two successive nucleotide pairs? So that is 3.4 angstrom degrees or 0.34 nanometers. These physical measurements which were proposed by the Watson and Crick. So whereas the length of the diameter of each pitch is 20 angstrom degrees or 2.0 nanometers. Understood, students? Right. So here in this DNA molecule, so because of the complementarity nitrogen base pairing, if at all there are 30 adenine are there, then what is the number of thymine means 30 adenine, so 30 thymines. So if at all 40 guanines are there according to the complementarity, so that 40 cytosines are also existed, right? So this is the physical structure of the DNA, students. So you have to remember that here I want to ask a question based on this physical structure. How many hydrogen bonds are present between complementary nitrogen bases of DNA molecule? 6 tons. So 6 tons are there, 6 tons, right? So 6 tons. So we want hydrogen bonds, number of hydrogen bonds, right? So if at all 26 adenines are there, here hint is given, 26 adenines are there. So totally 6 turns or pitches. We want hydrogen bonds. Total how many hydrogen bonds? The hint is 26 adenines are there. So how we can calculate the hydrogen bonds in this 6 turns? You know that 6, I already told you, there is 10 base pairs in a helix. So 6 turns are also given. So 6 into 10, that is equal to 60 nitrogen base pairs. So out of this 60, 26 are adenine. So 26 are adenine minus 26 adenine. So that equal to 34 maybe guanine or cytosine. You know that 26 into 2. Why? Because adenine and thymine, which are having the double bond, 26 into 2, whereas the 34 into 3. Why? Because which is guanine and cytosine, right? What is the calculation? Total number of hydrogen bonds we can see here. So 40, 52, right here 90, 104, 102, right? So the total number of hydrogen bonds in that DNA molecule which is having 6 turns DNA, right? So total number of hydrogen bonds, how can we say that? 154 hydrogen bonds. Understood, students? In the problem 6 turns of DNA is given. So here there is a hint 26 adenines are there. So we need hydrogen bonds, total number of hydrogen bonds. So here 6 turns. So that means we know that each turn accommodates 10 base pairs or nucleotide pairs. So that 6 into 10, that equal to 16 nucleotide base pairs. So in this adenine are given 26, so that we are doing minus. So that 26 means 34 is obtaining. So 34 guanine or cytosine maybe. So adenine 26 adenine, if it all asked like that, it may be a thymine also. Thymine also. So 34 guanine cytosine. Here you know that double bond and triple bond we are representing. So 26 adenine means adenine thymine having double bond, so that 52 will be coming. That whereas the guanine cytosine which are having the triple bond, so 34 into 3 102, so that total number of hydrogen bonds in that 6 tons of DNA is equal to 154 hydrogen bonds. So like that we can calculate some numerical problems. So whatever it may be, we have to remember this data. So thank you, students. Thank you very much.